My name is Sophia, and I have a huge problem at my workplace. There is a man named Marcus. I have been working at my company for 5 years. My designs are perfect. They have made millions for the brand. But now, this man walks into my meeting, picks up my sketches, and looks me in the eye. "This is good," he says, "but it will not sell. You can do better." I froze. Who does he think he is? I'm 32 years old. I live in Kingwood, a quiet neighborhood in Houston, Texas. I create clothes that make women feel strong and beautiful. And yet, in that moment, his words cut me in a way I could not explain. When you are a single woman at 32, your family never lets you forget it. Every Sunday dinner was the same. "Time is running, Sophia," my mother said, her fork tapping against the plate. "You need a husband." I smiled tightly. "Mom? No, I'm happy. Alone is better for me." My aunt leaned in, her eyes sharp. "And what will you do when you're 40? Live only with your sewing machine?" Their laughter stung. I looked down at my plate and stayed quiet. I was happy to be alone. I never wanted marriage. It always looked like a storm to me. When I was a child, I saw my parents fight every single day. Their voices were sharp, like knives cutting the air. And finally, they divorced in a bitter and ugly way. That picture never left me. Because of that, I told myself I would never step into marriage. At work, there was Marcus. He was 35, tall, always dressed in clean, dark suits. His eyes were serious. His mouth was always quiet. He was the brand manager, and people respected him. He worked in another part of the company, so I did not see him often. To me, he was only a name. That changed on the day of my spring collection meeting. I entered the room, and Marcus was sitting there. He looked at my designs for a long time. His face gave nothing away. Then he spoke, calm but sharp. "This is good," he said, "but you can do better." From that day, Marcus became a shadow around me. He gave his opinion on my sketches. Sometimes he said, "Too safe." Sometimes, "Strong lines but no soul." His words were not loud, but they went deep. One night, when I stayed late at the office, he came to my desk. I was frustrated with a stiff design that would not come alive. Marcus walked in, quiet as always. "You are holding the pencil too hard," he said. I sighed. "I am not. I cannot make this design work." He pulled out the chair beside me and sat down. "You are forcing it. Fashion is not control. It is freedom." I frowned. "Easy for you to say. You don't have to draw these lines." He took the pencil from my hand, his movements calm. "Watch." He drew smooth strokes, lines that opened the page like it was breathing. I stared. How do you do that? He smiled faintly. I don't fight the fabric. I listen to it. For the first time, I laughed. So you listen to fabric now? He looked at me with serious eyes. Yes, and people too. The words stayed with me because I hated him for being right. The company's gala came soon after. I wore a silver gown I had designed myself. People admired it, but when Marcus saw me, he said only one line. Now this is who you are. The gala was bright, full of music and champagne, but after hours inside, I slipped out into the cool night. The marble staircase outside was quiet. Marcus found me there. You escaped, he said, sitting 2 steps below me. I smiled. I needed air, too much perfume inside. For a while, we sat in silence. Then he asked, Why fashion, Sophia? I hesitated, then answered, Because clothes can change how a woman feels. They can hide pain or give courage. My dresses, I want them to hold people together. He nodded. I understand that. And you? I asked softly. Why business? His eyes narrowed, looking ahead. Because power is control, and control keeps the world in order. I tilted my head. You sound like someone who never lets go. He gave me a strange look. Half a smile, half a shadow. Maybe I never did. Days turned into weeks, and slowly something grew between us. We had coffee breaks, we stayed late, we argued and then laughed. Soon, my family knew about us. They were happy. My mother cried with joy, and within 6 months, I married Marcus. The first weeks of marriage were sweet. We moved into a modern apartment with white walls and large windows. The rooms smelled of fresh paint and new beginnings. But soon, small shadows appeared. At dinner, he corrected me in front of others. That color is too loud, he would whisper before we went out. Don't say that in front of them, he would say during parties. He chose where we ate, where we went, who we met. At first, I told myself it was love, but slowly it felt like chains. One evening, I came home early. The apartment was dark, but I heard Marcus speaking in his study. His voice was low and serious. She trusts me now, he said. This will work. My blood turned cold. After that, I started watching him. He stayed late at work. He locked his drawers. His phone was always face down on the table. One afternoon, while cleaning, I found an envelope inside his desk. My hands shook as I opened it. Inside were contracts and proposals. Attached to them were my designs, dresses I had drawn for myself, never shared with anyone. I pressed my hand against my mouth. My body trembled. He had taken my work. That night, I waited for him. When he came home, I laid the papers on the table. My voice was low. What is this, Marcus? He looked at the papers, then at me. His face was calm, too calm. Marriage is also business, Sophia, he said. And you are my greatest asset. My chest burned. The floor felt like it was falling. His words were knives. The man I thought I loved had used me. The husband I trusted had turned my heart into his weapon. The next morning I made a choice. Quietly, I gathered my sketches, my notebooks, my dreams, and I walked out of that apartment. I left the company. I opened a small studio of my own. The first weeks were hard. I worked day and night. I sewed until my fingers bled. I drew until my eyes burned. But with every stitch, I felt lighter. Marcus called. He sent messages. "Come back, Sophia," he said once on the phone. "You are nothing without me," he whispered another time. I did not return. I closed my ears to his voice. It took months, but slowly my studio grew. Women came in, tried my dresses, and smiled at the mirror. I heard their laughter. I saw their eyes shine. And I knew I had chosen the right path. But the scar Marcus left inside me will never fade. Now, when I look back, I see the whole picture. I see the woman who thought she was safe in silence, the one who opened her heart too fast, and the one who discovered betrayal in the arms of her own husband.